Okay, so this little one is the one that I just trapped. Oh, and we had quite the exciting car ride because we hit a deer. Deer's okay. Just got smacked in the butt. For those of you that don't live in deer country, if a deer runs in front of your vehicle, slow down because there's typically another one behind it or something chasing it. In this case, there was 3. We missed the first 2 with the third one. Like I say, slammed on the brakes and just plugged it in the butt a little bit. So, but you had quite the car ride, huh? You want a treat? No? Maybe? What do you think? A little too scared? Yeah. We'll try and lower this thing down a little bit so you guys can get a better view. So bear with me. My sketchy tripod antics here. I promise that the vertigo will stop soon. I'm just gonna lower that down some. There we go. What are you doing, sweetheart? So a lot of times when they're like this, they're just kind of too scared to do much of anything, and they don't often want treats when they're scared like this. Bunch of new smells, new place, new everything. So this one showing no interest. Hush. No interest in treats at all. You don't want one? So what we're going to try and do is get him into a kennel. What are you doing, baby? I want to see what he's like when I go to touch him. So don't ever go head first into a dog trap. That's Rescue 101. You just don't do it. Because especially if you don't know what the dog's like, you know, you're kind of crowding them, going into his space. This is one of those don't do what I do as they say things. So I've done this enough that once I touch him, then that'll kind of tell me what I'm going to do next. If I'm going to try and slowly pull him out, or if I'm going to go to plan B or plan C or plan whatever. So I'm kind of stuck on camera angles because my phone was dying. But maybe, I think we'll have enough battery. We'll try from the side and see what happens. Oh, somebody had asked about how the rescue got started, and that was going to be the video tonight, was talking about that. But as usual, things change. I'll move this back a little farther so everybody can see. What are you doing, buddy? Huh? What are you doing? It's okay. So I'm trying to not make direct eye contact. I'm trying to have my head to the side. Maybe we can come out. Huh? Maybe we can come out. What do you think about coming out? You got your toenail stuck there? Maybe do. Okay, let's try and get that toenail out, okay? There we go. Now we got the toenail out. Yeah. So I'm still trying to not make like direct eye contact. Head out to the side. You're okay. Yeah. You're okay. You gotta come out here, okay? Yeah. How about I give you a little help, right? Oh. You give me a little help? No? What do you think, huh? I'm just a little nervous. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do plan B. So I was able to touch him, which was a good thing. So I think he's just scared. The thing is, we've got to get him out of there. And if I use a slip lead, then he's going to completely freak out. Due to the size and layout of the building, and the kennel in front of me is sanitized, so I can't really put him in there. So our options are a little limited, but I really didn't want to put him in this big one here, but I kind of have to. So I'm not going to try and do intake on him yet. So at this point, I'm trying to make it least traumatic as I can for him. So that he's not scared, or not, I shouldn't say that, so that he's less scared. Scared is pretty much what he knows right now. So, the unfortunate thing is, not being able to spin the trap. It's going to be tough. Looks like we can do it. Yeah. Okay, go. We're going to have to get this door up, okay? Yeah, so you got to push your big butt a little farther that way. So the way these traps work is the front door has two rings that slide down when they hit the trigger. But the rings have to stay up the whole time. So what we're going to do is we're going to set that really heavy. It's okay. Okay. Let's get this moved over here. Okay. Can you come out? Can you come out? It's okay. Come out the back way. Yeah, there you go. It's a little tail wag, huh? Yeah. It's a good boy. Yeah. It's a good boy. Oh, come on. I know. There you go. You didn't want to be in this trap and now you don't want to leave it, huh? I get it. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Just relax. Shh, 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 shh. Just relax. Getting the opposite intake here right now. I've got a pile of pens sitting over there, but that's not even a pen. All right, we're going to use a Sharpie, huh? Yeah. Little girl. Yeah. Hey, little girl. Here we are. Tell you what. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put her in kennel over yonder. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Come on. It's okay. You're okay. That's okay. So, we got our vaccine that we're going to mix up really quick. And then I'm going to go over and hang out with her for a minute. And then I will quickly tell you the condensed version story of how the rescue started. For those of you that are new. So, nine-ish years ago, my ex-wife and I moved up here. And she took a contract at the hospital to help pay off school loans. And we were going to stay here for a year, and then we were going to move. And kept seeing stray dogs everywhere, mangy dogs, starving dogs. And couldn't figure out what the deal was. And finally broke down and took one in. And called the sheriff's office and asked, say, hey, what's the number for the animal shelter? And they're like, the what? And I'm like, the animal shelter? And they're like, we don't have one. There's just a dog catcher and he'll come and put them down. So I was just kind of like mind blown because I'd never been in an area that didn't have a city or a county animal shelter. So found out there was nothing. Ended up picking up another dog or two, and then one of the cops that I work with, he picked up some really bad off ones with no fur that had mange. Didn't know what mange was. They were really skinny. Felt bad for them. Snuggled with them in bed. Got mange, which will die after it bites you, but it still sucks. And yeah, and then a little one-bedroom house in Rolla, which is a town close by here. And started rescuing dogs out of the little one-bedroom house. And we had the kitchen was an area that we blocked off, and the living room was an area we blocked off, and the bedrooms and everywhere else. And started doing that. And started to go broke. We you think, sweetheart? Yeah, what do you think, huh? You're just still kind of frozen in fear? Yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that, okay? I'm going to take advantage of that. Alright? Just going to do a little pinch here, okay? So, started to go broke. Started a GoFundMe. That was our first approach. And then realized with all the tax stuff, that wasn't going to work. So then started a nonprofit. Had no idea what we were doing. A nice lady named Becky Leonard helped out with that. And it was myself and my friend Jamie was on the board. And then little by little started doing Facebook stuff, and people started helping a little bit. A lot of online volunteers, and moved to the current place now, and got divorced, and burned through my savings, not taking a salary, and then was basically completely broke. And then the board had changed, and at that point they told me, you know, hey, you've got to take a salary. And it was basically you know, just enough to get by, and did that, and little by little people started to follow the page and follow what we were doing, and it was tough early on. I won't lie. I mean, there was a time where it was still doing the whole working 7 days a week thing, but it was doing all the kennels and all the vet appointments and all the transports and all the everything. And it got pretty rough doing that. But thanks to Jamie Metcalf, who I worked with at the time, he was one of the big reasons why I didn't quit, because he bet me a 12-pack that I couldn't build an animal shelter. And he told me, he said, there's been so many people that have come and tried to do what you're doing, and it's just, the problem is too overwhelming. And he's like, so just save yourself some time. And he said, just give it up, and it is just what it is. And not that he was like, he was just being honest. He was just, didn't want me to struggle and fail and whatever, but he didn't realize quite how stubborn I am. So, yeah. And then I used to get yelled at during these videos a lot. People would just, it was brutal. Because the thing was, I had no idea what I was doing. Not that I'm any kind of an expert by any means, but I've learned a lot of stuff over the years. But, I mean, I had no clue about, you know, how to give sub-Q fluids and animal restraint and how to pick a dog up, how to do anything. I was literally learning it as I went. And early on, there was a lot of people that, you know, they were really critical. And they were right. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, you know, and you shouldn't be running a dog rescue, and you shouldn't be doing this. And he didn't have anybody to answer comments, so I would respond to all of them myself, and that would be like hours at the end of the night trying to do that. Not that there was that many, but, and I would just tell everybody, you're right, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, and if somebody was like, you have no business running an animal rescue, you know what, you're right, I don't, but nobody else is doing it, so somebody has to. So that's just kind of what this whole thing has been an evolution of some absolutely clueless dude trying to figure out how to do all of this geographically, because there's never been a rescue or a shelter. It's not like there's a whole bunch of retired shelter people that I could be like, hey, how do I do whatever? So it was a lot of asking vets, a lot of Googling, a lot of asking other shelters, you know, and then Smokey came along. It was a tough deal, but, you know, I just didn't quit. I tried to figure things out as I went, and tried to not make too many mistakes, more than twice, you know, First time was a mistake. The second time might have been a fluke, but after a while, you know, you got to learn from it. So that's what I tried to do. What are you doing, Smoke? You gonna come and say hi to the puppy? Yeah. What's that? Have you ever seen a kitty cat before? Huh? Yeah. What's that thing? What's that crazy thing, huh? So yeah, and then we had, when COVID hit, everything was just so negative, and it was like, it was either politics or COVID. And we had this dog, Marge, and I promised that every night we would do a video, and something that didn't have anything to do with COVID or politics. So we started doing it, and people started tuning in, and different people came in at different times. You know, some were from Roma, and some were from Marge, and some were from Trooper, and different things like that. And basically, it's still kind of the same deal. Just we know a little bit more, and thanks to all of you, we have more support to be able to continue on the mission that we started. And what is the mission? The mission is to be able to have this area have a shelter for the first time in history, and to have a youth program where, you know, kids can learn about animal care and animal first aid, and to where people grow up, you know, knowing that there's an alternative to when something's hurt or sick, and, you know, embracing the idea of spay and neuter, which, you know, the people in the community have. And what are you doing? Yeah. What's that funny fuzzy thing down there? And yeah, you know, and with the shelter, you know, we're trying to make it as green as we can, and it's taken a while, you know. Don't have all the money for it, but I mean, like the construction process thing has been figuring it out as we go too, because it's easy if you have you know, most shelters, they've got a general contractor and they get a loan, and then everything just kind of rolls along. But because we didn't have that, we were just kind of building as we go, you know. But the nice thing is that when it's done, you won't have a loan payment, and it'll be paid off. So yeah, just kind of plugging away at it. But one thing I did want to say is thank you to everybody that helped out with the wish list and the foster wish list. The foster coordinator sent me a wonderful picture of her entire driveway filled with boxes, and that was awesome. We're still waiting for our shipment of stuff. It takes longer up here by a couple of days usually, because UPS doesn't deliver up here every day. They only do it every couple of days. So hopefully we'll get supplies in before the spay and neuter clinic, which is rapidly approaching on Friday. So I just got done, actually right before I went to get this one, they got done putting the tent up, because we have, when the vets come out, Dr. Jess and her group, you know, they volunteer all of their time to do it. The Colorado Animal Rescue Express, they pay for a good chunk of meds and fuel to get up here, and some other stuff through a grant that they get. And other than that, you know, they come up and volunteer their time, and then we set up tents and get spare rooms all squared away and do the cooking. Luckily now we've got some help with lunches during the week, because it's a lot to run this whole thing, and to try and coordinate the clinics and pack, you know, get everything set up and all that. But we've got a pretty good system now. So anyways, I'm gonna go for now. And one of the big reasons why is because the dog that was in the trap before her, I had to carry that one out, and it got anal gland juice, and I'm pretty positive it's on my beard. It's either on my beard or on my shirt, and that smell is absolutely horrible. And I'm kind of getting sick to my stomach smelling myself at this point. So we do need a name for this little girl. So I'm gonna let you guys and gals and people pick a name, and then Kim, if you were one of the wonderful ladies on the team that answer comments and stuff, can pick from those names, I'd appreciate it, and I'll put that on the intake card. But I'm gonna go for now, and we will catch you guys later. So thanks everybody.